Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into a book that really grabbed us, Abby Jimenez's 2022 novel, Part of Your World.
Oh, yeah. Such a good one.
Right. And if you've read Jimenez before, you know her style. She just weaves these stories that are like incredibly funny, but also hit you right in the feels.
Totally. She balances that so well.
And this book, it's a perfect example. So our mission today, really, is to unpack how this novel, it is a romance, no question.
Definitely a romance.
But it also dives into some much deeper stuff, themes like breaking free from family expectations, healing from trauma, and that big question of where you truly belong.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. It's a story that just beautifully blends that heartwarming love story with some, really powerful and relatable emotional journeys.
And what's really compelling, I think, is how she sets up these two main characters from, vastly different worlds.
Very higher opposites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just about them falling in love. It's about their own individual paths, finding themselves, finding strength they didn't even know they had. So this deep dive is definitely for you if you've ever felt that, suffocating weight of what people expect from you.
Or just wondered, what it means to build a life on your own terms.
Precisely. Independent of what anyone else thinks it should look like.
Okay, so let's start with Alexis. Dr. Alexis Montgomery. On the surface, she's got it all figured out. Brilliant ER doc, super successful.
Right, top of her game.
But she comes from the Montgomery dynasty of surgeons. It's this huge name in medicine. Her dad's a respected surgeon. Her mom is, pretty cold, very focused on status.
Keeping up appearances.
Totally. And her brother is groomed for the family empire. But here's where it gets really interesting. Under all that success, Alexis is really struggling.
Deeply.
She has this feeling, this deep-seated thing, that she's just never good enough for her family. Their approval, it's always conditional, tied to status, money.
Performance, yeah. It's that classic golden cage, isn't it? You have everything, but you're trapped. And to really get Alexis, and I think we have to connect this to the bigger picture, like her just getting out of this really toxic, emotionally abusive relationship with her ex, Neil.
Oh, Neil. Yeah.
His constant put-downs, the control. That stuff doesn't just vanish. It echoes, Yeah. It reinforces all those doubts her family already planted in her head.
It's like a double whammy.
It is. It's this awful cycle. Imagine trying to feel good about yourself when your family and your partner have basically told you again and again that you just don't measure up.
Yeah, that's rough.
And it makes you ask, right? For you listening, how much do those early family dynamics, those past relationships, how much do they really dictate how we feel about ourselves now?
And the choices we make.
Exactly. For Alexis, it's like this heavy, suffocating inheritance she's trying to shake off.
That's such a crucial piece of it. Those shadows, they really define her starting point. Okay, so now let's flip to Daniel Grant, the other side of the coin.
Complete opposite.
Totally.
Yeah.
Daniel lives in Waukon. It's this tiny, charming, rural town. He's a carpenter.
And the mayor.
Which tells you something, right? His whole life is about community, humility, service. He's got this amazing support system. Neighbors are like family. It's just worlds away from Alexis's life.
Day and night.
And what really says a lot about him, I think, is that he's raising his teenage niece.
Yeah, that nurturing side. It's inherent.
Definitely. Oh, and the age difference. Daniel's about 10 years younger than Alexis.
Which adds another layer, right?
Yeah.
Especially for her initial hesitation.
For sure.
What's so striking about Daniel, though, isn't just that he's charming or, a good guy. It's deeper. He has this incredible ability to actually see Alexis.
Beyond the surface stuff.
Exactly. Beyond the fancy job, the family name, all that stuff her family and Neil focused on. He sees her.
Which must be so jarring for her.
And magnetic.
Yeah.
He represents this totally different kind of strength. It's built on real connection, warmth, belonging. Not status.
Which she's never really known.
Right. So for Alexis, who's only ever known conditional approval, Daniel's like this glimpse of genuine, uncomplicated acceptance. It's confusing, but also incredibly appealing.
Okay, and how they meet. It's pure rom-com gold, which I loved.
That's great.
So Alexis is driving back from her parents' place, and bam, her car ends up stuck in a ditch in Waukon.
Of course.
And guess who shows up to help? Daniel Grant.
Naturally. The town hero.
Pretty much. And sparks fly, immediately. But Alexis, because of her background, her default is pragmatism, right? She tries to brush him off.
Puts up the walls.
Totally. She sees him as being from another planet, basically. Someone her family would absolutely never approve of. She tries to ignore the connection, but, fate keeps throwing them together.
And that first meeting, it's so pivotal.
Yeah.
Because it just slams home that immediate, undeniable connection that cuts right through all the surface differences.
Yeah, the background, the lifestyles.
None of it matters in that moment.
Yeah.
It's the first real crack in her carefully built world. Think about it. She spent her whole life being told what her world should be, who fits in it. And Daniel, literally pulling her car out of a ditch, he's also kind of pulling her out of her rut, showing her something completely different, something exciting that doesn't fit any of her neat little boxes.
It challenges everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A subtle challenge, but a powerful one.
So as they start, tentatively seeing each other, this relationship starts to bloom, and it's full of tenderness, real laughter, passion.
It's genuinely lovely to read.
It is. And the key thing for Alexis is how liberating it feels. Being with Daniel, she feels accepted, cared for, free, maybe for the first time, from that crushing weight of family expectation.
Yeah, she can breathe.
Exactly. And Daniel introduces her to all these small-town joys, right? Community potlucks, helping neighbors, this warmth of a found family.
Things totally alien to her upbringing.
Totally alien. It's such a stark contrast to her cold, judgmental family life. It's like she's finally seeing what real connection looks like.
Yeah, but what Jimenez does so well here, I think, is balance that joy, that liberation, with Alexis's internal battle. Because it's not just smooth sailing.
No, not at all.
Despite this amazing connection, she's wrestling with huge self-doubt. Can she actually choose this, choose Daniel, choose Wakan, over the life her family mapped out?
Can she even fit in?
Right. Well, she always feels like an outsider. And then there's that insidious voice echoing Neil and her parents. What if they're right? What if she can't stand on her own? What if she messes this up too?
It's heartbreaking how deep that goes.
You see moments where she's almost gaslighting herself, remembering Neil's manipulations about her worth, her judgment.
So that's the internal stuff. But there are external pressures pulling at them too, aren't there? Daniel's not immune.
No, definitely not. Daniel has his own anxieties. Is he really enough for someone like Alexis?
With her career, her background?
Yeah, the age gap, the different worlds. He questions if he can really fit into her life or if he's holding her back somehow.
And then there's Neil.
Ugh, Neil. He keeps trying to worm his way back in, right? Playing on all her insecurities, telling her how unrealistic this thing with Daniel is. He's like this constant toxic whisper.
Undermining everything.
Exactly. So yeah, it's not just a sweet romance. It's a real battle for Alexis against these deep-seated fears, societal judgment, family pressure, all of it. That friction, that's what drives the story forward.
That makes so much sense. And it's why this book feels like more than just, a typical romance novel. So thinking about the bigger picture for you, the listener,
Right.
this deep dive really shows part of your world is this powerful look at family dynamics.
Huge contrast.
Right. You have Alexis's toxic, status-driven family where love feels like a transaction.
Conditional, always.
And then you have Daniel's world in Wakan, warm, supportive, where belonging is just given, unconditional. And Jimenez uses that contrast, doesn't she, to kind of strip away Alexis's defenses?
It's like a real-life experiment for Alexis. What actually nourishes someone? It shows that the family you choose can be way more vital than the family you're born into, especially for someone starved of real acceptance like her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what really hits hard for me is how the novel deals with breaking generational trauma. Alexis's journey, it's not just about leaving home. It's about actively unlearning that toxic script she inherited. Yeah, the one that says your worth is tied to your statuses.
She has to rewire her whole thinking.
Totally.
Yeah.
She has to figure out what she values. It shows it is possible to break away from those damaging family legacies and build something healthier.
That's hopeful.
It is. And it also portrays emotional abuse and healing so realistically. It shows how those past relationships, like with Neil, leave these deep scars, right? Often invisible.
But not permanent.
Exactly. It also shows how new, healthy love, but crucially, combined with finding your own strength, your own voice, can lead to real healing. It's a testament to resilience.
Find yourself within the relationship, too.
Yes. And finally, it really explores love across differences. It makes the case that love doesn't necessarily thrive because people are the same, but because they choose to build a world together, based on respect, kindness.
Even when it's hard, even when it feels like a leap.
Especially then, valuing connection over conformity.
So all these conflicts, these themes, they all build up to this really powerful climax, this turning point for Alexis.
Yeah, the moment of truth.
She faces this huge decision, and she has this moment of, absolute clarity. She realizes that living for her parents' approval or listening to Neil's poison, it's just going to keep her miserable, trapped.
Repeating the cycle.
Right. So she finally confronts her family's toxic influence. She stands up for herself, claims her independence, and basically says, my achievements, my career, they're mine. They're valid because I earned them, not because they meet your checklist.
It's not just telling them off, though. It's deeper.
No, it's about her reclaiming her own story, taking back the narrative.
And that moment, it's incredibly liberating for her. It's what allows her to finally embrace Daniel, sure, but more than that, to embrace herself. Just as she is.
Flaws and all.
Flaws and all. It's this huge act of self-acceptance. So the ending isn't just girl gets boy. It's about Alexis finding her home, her sense of belonging, in Wakan, something her own family never gave her.
And Daniel finds his footing too, right?
Yeah, he gets over his own am I enough fears. He understands that love means choosing each other day in, day out, regardless of the differences or what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
It's like their shared victory over their own baggage.
It's just, yeah, a deeply satisfying resolution. Ultimately, part of your world is just this wonderful story about self-discovery, resilience, and the incredible power you have when you choose happiness on your own terms.
Yeah.
Abby Jimenez just nails that blend of humor, tenderness, and those really tough emotional truths. It creates something that I think resonates with anyone who's ever felt that pressure of expectation.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive into Alexis's journey, it really hits home if you've ever felt trapped by what others expect or ever questioned your own worth. And it leaves us with a thought maybe for you to ponder. If this book shows us that family isn't always blood and that love can totally bridge huge differences, then what does it mean for you personally to define your own world and to choose the people, the places, the life that makes you feel truly like you are enough?